I told you lot it was going to be stressful. It was never ever going to be straightforward. But the most important thing is that you come out with the 3 points. That was a stressful rollercoaster ride, but an anticipated one. I knew it was going to be stressful. I said before, like, this is going to be no walk in the park when it comes to anyone's World Cup games. Different feel, different edge, different flavour, different ambience to AFCON qualifiers. That was a nervy game. But the bottom line is that we got the 3 points. Mozambique 0, Algeria 2 is how it finished. What an interesting shaky game that was. That means Algeria go through the whole calendar year 2023 unbeaten without losing a game. What a record. Respect the manager, respect the gaffer Belhamadi. Stop criticising him when games are not even full time yet. Let him do his work. And he has done it. He's delivered the AFCON qualification, and now he's begun delivering the World Cup qualification. That will breed confidence, and that shows we've just basically won 2 games against teams where we haven't even been anywhere near our best, haven't played at our best, and won both games on 2 different difficult pitches and terrains and surfaces with a 2-goal margin. That, to me, is the sign of a good team. Of course, there is signs for improvement, but he's got time to fix that out. And again, he would have learned a lot from his players in these 2 games in terms of who to play and start, particularly in the Africa Cup of Nations come January. So the starting 11, Mandrea in goal. The back 4 picked itself. Actually, I say starting 11. 2 of these had to come off in the first 10-15 minutes because of injury. So not really a starting 11, but Yusuf Artali was fantastic. He was brilliant. He got to play the full 90 minutes. He is so good. He's like a right winger playing right back. And I always say when I watch him, you can see why he gets injured all the time, because he works so hard. Look at that tackle in the last minute from Dominguez. He should have been sent off. He could have cut Yusuf Artal in half. That was dirty. That was disgusting. How did it take 95 minutes for Mozambique to get a yellow card? And even the one they got should have been a red. They were kicking, battering, GBHing all our players. And it's no surprise that Mandy had to come off with an ankle injury in the first 10 minutes, and Tugay came on, and also Slimani also got injured in the first 15 minutes, and Amoura came on, but boy did that substitution work in our favour. Imagine if he went for Baghdad Bonajah instead. Could have been a very different result. So it was Ben Sebaini and Mandy. Tugay ends up playing essentially 2 games from nowhere. Surprised Tuba didn't get any minutes. Has he got Tugay over Tuba? I'm not fully convinced by Tugay. I'm surprised Tuba didn't get more minutes. But Ben Sebaini and what was Mandy became Tugay. Ait-Nouri was brilliant at left back, and he got a clean sheet, and some of the dribbling he did from left back, particularly in that second half down that left hand side, was very impressive indeed. I talked about the need for physicality and ball winners in there. He put Faguli in there, he put Ben Talib in there. I thought Badawi was very harshly missing out from that midfield, and again he came on, and I thought he did well when he came on, so he should go to the tournament. Chaibi seems to have made that spot himself. There was no Aouar, but you can't play Chaibi and Aouar in a difficult away game like that, I think. Mara's on the right, Guiri on the left, and Slimani, of course, up top, who was later changed for Amoura. But even Amoura seems to drift more to the left more, which I don't like, because up front, down the middle, was where he was most effective, and that's basically where both our goals came from. So we dominated the ball for the first 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden we get a couple of injuries. Ben Sebaini's hoofing one off of the line, and as good as Yusuf Artal and Mohamed Amoura was, how good was Anthony Mandrea? This guy made at least 2-3 key saves. One from close range, point blank save, like 4 yards out. What a save from Mandrea. The one from the corner, the Mexer 3 kick, the old centre back from Mozambique. He banged one from distance. Mandrea wasn't expecting it. He just really good reactions to parry it out of harm's way. Mozambique looked such a threat, particularly from their corners. But Mandrea again, 2-3 huge saves, not average good saves, huge massive saves, kept us in that game. I'm convinced, again, this keeper's so good. He should not be in the French second division. Can we just make that clear? Anthony Mandrea should be playing at least in Ligue 1. The Senegal game and the Mozambique game, he's basically kept us in the games and got us clean sheets. He is phenomenal. But that first half, we were unlucky at the end when Guiri cut inside, shot. I thought it was going to be his first goal. It's actually a really good save from the goalkeeper, who tips it onto the post. Amoura was close in the first half as well. He spun the defender literally 360, no-scoped him, tried to sweat it across like Fat Champ's byline, but the keeper got there as well. So weird emotions because Mandrea essentially keeps us in that game. We could have easily been 2-0 down at half time. Could have also easily been ahead with the Guiri shot, but 0-0. Belamoni had to change something at half time because he already made 2 subs in the first half, so he didn't have many more substitution intervals. He had to make a change at half time. He put Badawi for Guiri, which was a bold call. I don't think Guiri played bad, but he had to sacrifice someone. He had to put another player in midfield, and when it was Badawi for Guli Bentaleb, it was a lot more safe, solid and secure. It just Guiri happened to be the one that was sacrificed. Chaibi played the full 90 minutes, which was good. Then it was a sort of a 50-50 spell, and then Ben Sebaini gets booked for a scissor challenge. I thought he was very lucky to stay on. He was very, very lucky to stay on. If that game had VAR, Rami would be off. And it's not the first time we've seen Ben Sebaini be cynical and get sent off. Again, like the Dominguez one, it's a horror challenge. And if he goes off, completely different game. By the time we got to the hour mark, the pitch was shocking. Mud bouncing, and the wind as well. The corner flags blowing everywhere. These are tough conditions. Remember, it said 1 o'clock kickoff. It's 3 o'clock kickoff in Mozambique. And they had a packed, sellout, noisy, big crowd, great crowd stadium. Tough conditions, man. We've done so well. Not many teams are going to go there and win. We've done well. I think we've done very well to get that win there. I have to say Mahrez was very quiet. Just before he came off, he started trying to dribble the whole team. I thought it was a bit disrespectful. There is a case to be made as should Mahrez still start, but as captain, I think he will. And I think he will raise the level for AFCON games. But he does look a bit less fit. Maybe he's getting older, but playing in Saudi, it's not the same level as playing for Manchester City in the Premier League, is it? But yeah, the Chaibi goal was a brilliant finish, and he scored some important goals. He scored the winner against Senegal, scored today. But the goal all comes from Amoura, who runs down the middle. The turn of pace, the low centre of gravity. Amoura, he's unbelievable. He hits the post, so unlucky. Second time in the game we hit the woodwork, so we could have had 4 on another day. Chaibi does well, cool, composed, puts the rebound into the bottom right-hand corner. That takes the nerves. And then Feghouli and Mahrez come off. The fresh younger legs come on with Adam Ounas and Zerrouki. Again, 2 really good substitutions. We didn't see too much of Adam Ounas. He popped up on the left a lot. Amoura was really good at pressing, so much so that the ref booked him. I didn't really understand the yellow card he gave to Amoura, but then he does so well again for that second goal. He kills the game. He does so well to pick out Zerrouki. I thought Zerrouki was going to square it back to him. I think even the keeper and the defender from Mozambique thought they were going to square it back to Amoura. But Zerrouki takes the shot, 2 assists for Amoura, and as soon as the second goal went in, it was done. Sounds simple. That was a very, very stressful game. And you only have to look at results elsewhere today to see it's not easy. Nigeria have dropped points in both their games. They're on 2 points. They haven't won a game. They've still got to play South Africa not once but twice. They're looking in all sorts of trouble. And that's why you've got to look at this and you go, alhamdulillah, we got the win. Doesn't matter how we played. Nigeria drew to Lesotho and now drew to Zimbabwe. Awful. Both games they were losing. They had to come back. They changed half the team. They gave Nathan Teller a debut. They brought other players into the squad. Moffi played up top. They cannot be that reliant on Osimhen. I think Jose Pizarro is going to get fired before the AFCON. Nigeria 2 points from 2. They are in all sorts of trouble. Another win today for Gabon. That's 2 wins out of 2. Beating Burundi away. That's a really impressive win, I think, for Gabon. Certainly seeming to play better without Aubameyang. But again, it's going to be tough for them to win their group when you look at the other teams that are in it. And then yesterday's results as well. Senegal, never going to be in any danger. 4-0. Could have easily been more than 4. Mane on the score sheet. Jackson didn't start. Paddy didn't start the game. They beat South Sudan yesterday. Nothing too shocking about that. Niger 0, Tanzania 1. That's a good result for Tanzania. That's Tanzania and Zambia with wins in Morocco's group. Could that group be about to get a little bit spicy? Could it be a 3-horse race? Zambia will certainly give Morocco a game. And of course, those 2 sides will meet at the AFCON group stage before they meet in the FIFA World Cup qualifiers. So some really interesting results today and yesterday. It's always good to see teams being competitive. And of course, South Africa beating Benin 2-1 makes the Nigeria situation even worse. Because now if South Africa beat the Rwandans, which is not out of the picture, then they will have a 4-point lead on Nigeria. And if they beat them in Johannesburg, that's going to be a 7-point distance. Nigeria, I think, are in bang trouble at this early stage. I know it's early on. They are bang in trouble. So, as for Algeria, 6 points out of 6. 3 points ahead of Mozambique. 3 points ahead of Guinea. You can see on the screen, still 2 games to come involving Guinea, Botswana, Somalia and Uganda. It'd be nice if Guinea dropped points again, although it would be tough to see that happening. But come Tuesday, we'll know how the table looks with 2 games out of 10 being played. But we've done our job here. Algeria's next game in this group will be not until June, but it will be at home to Guinea, which is an absolutely massive game once again. And so hopefully you'll be able to join me for that. Drop a like, let me know your thoughts on the game. I'll see you next time.